Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today we are taking a look at your next glow up, so please take a deep breath and draw the energy up your spine. This creates a clear and open channel. And as you exhale, allow yourself to come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today about your next glow up. We've got group number 1 on the left with unseen factors. Group number 2 in the center with gratitude practice, and group number 3 on the right with a miracle awaits. As always, my loves, the timestamps to your readings are listed below in the description box. And if you're interested in any of the decks used in today's reading, an intention candle, a personal session with me, or any of my books or journals that I have created, you can find all of that on my store, Etsy, at Spiritualistic. If you're interested in exclusive content, you know you can find that on my Inner Circle channel here on YouTube, as well as on my Patreon. If you're interested in more free readings, you can find that on my TikTok, where I post pretty much every day. All of the links you might want are down below in the description box, as well as my email. And with all of that being said, I love you, I'm grateful for you, and I will see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your next glow up, and you selected the first group with the Unseen Factors card. Now, group number 1, allow me one moment to connect with the energy, please. You have recently drawn awareness to something that had gone overlooked by you for a little bit. Now, this might be one thing that seems a little small, but it makes a big difference. Group number 1, there is something that you've recently anchored in, or you've recently just kind of put together. It might be something like being a little more social with your neighbors. It can be something like getting rid of some of the clutter in your junk drawer. It can be something like noticing that one of your chakras is a little to the left or a little to the right and putting it back where it goes. Or it can be something as small as drinking more water. Now, whatever this is, group number 1, that you have drawn to your conscious awareness, it is making big changes in your life. This is bringing you towards big glow-ups. Now, there seems to be a result of this that is going to, I'm hearing the phrase hit you like a ton of bricks, but in the best way possible. Let's say hit you like a ton of sparkles. Group 1, there are going to be some things that are connected to this little shift that you made that for you are not going to seem as little as the shift that you made. Group 1, I'm getting that this is a big deal. This next glow up for you is going to bring a lot of finances, a lot of money in for you. It's also going to bring a lot of unseen opportunities. And there are going to be some opportunities that have been hanging out around you that now feel the green light to come in. So there are some things around you that have kind of been waiting for the right time before they show up in your energy field, because these blessings, these gifts, this glow up, this abundance is for you. These opportunities are for you. They have your name on them. There is no mistaking it. And so by clearing up something, or by drawing conscious awareness to something like cleaning your windowsills, going through some of those old DMs, responding to some emails, you're going to notice that this brings a glow up for you that is beyond the proportion of what it is you needed to get around to. Group number 1, I am so proud of you for whatever this is. It might not seem like a huge deal, but I want you to pat yourself on the back right now, because you're going to have a glow up that is going to be one that you look back at for the rest of your life. Meaning you're going to look back at this point in your life, this glow up, and you're going to say, yes, that was one of the biggest glow ups that I had ever had up until this point in life. So great job, group number 1. You are amazing. So I've channeled up this mini oracle card, and we're going to take a look at the graphic tarot. If you've noticed, my hands are quite small and I love to travel, so I created mini decks because, let's be honest, group 1, my cards were always falling all over the place. I was having such a hard time holding them. They're big to pack, so I just made my own little bag, right? I made my own little tiny candle that fits in my hand, little cards that fit in my hand, There's something here about customizing something so that it works for you, or so that it's travel friendly. And it doesn't have to be travel specifically pertaining to a destination. It can also be just moving forward. It's travel friendly. It is friendly. Something that you can take with you into this next chapter of life. Something that is maybe timeless instead of timely. Group number 1, your next glow up here, it's going to be something that approaches directly a burden that you've been struggling with for a few years. Now, we do have the number 110 coming out, which is kind of letting me know that there's something that you have learned through putting others first, and then you applied this to yourself. Or this is pertaining to this glow up. Interesting here. Yeah, you've been attempting to create this for yourself while putting others first for a really, really long time. And it is not the fact that you were trying to create something. It's not what you were creating, and it wasn't that you were putting others first that was holding you back. It was the fact that you were putting others on your priority list above yourself. You were creating the right thing. You were doing the right thing. You were supposed to be, humanitarian and loving and all of these things, but you have cycled this out, meaning that you are giving your blessings to you first. You are eating, and then you are sharing what is left. Perhaps you're making enough for everyone, but you're making sure that you are serving yourself food. There's no point in going shopping and cooking a bunch of food for you not to eat. So there's this energy here of being shown King Arthur's Round Table. So maybe some of you have a spiritual connection with Avalon or an interest in that story. They're also showing me the sword and the stone. There's something here that for you, the sword was not coming out of the stone. And it just was not coming out of the stone at all. But I'm also being shown at, I think it's Disney, perhaps. I could be wrong with the park, but actually, there are certain qualifications that one has to have in order to pull the sword out of the stone. In the Avalon story, it had to be King Arthur specifically. Now I will just say Disney because I think that's the park, but in the amusement park where they have these opportunities where little kids can go pull the sword out of the stone, they make sure that, the kid is wearing good shoes, just in case they fall back a couple steps, that there is an adult nearby. They have a few prerequisites to make sure that that child can pull the sword out of the stone. And so what we're seeing here is that one of these prerequisites was putting yourself first and still being open and willing and able to give to others lovingly, but to yourself first. And so what we're seeing here is that this conscious awareness of something that you've shifted, something that you've changed, and you feeling yourself first while trusting in what it is that you've been growing, what it is you've been working on, be it your skincare, your career, your love life, anything. This next glow up for you, it's going to be one that brings in a lot of abundance and more choices, okay? This is giving like freedom. It's giving the, perhaps the abundance to be able to make more choices in your life. Now, this can be abundance in location. It can be abundance in finance. It can be abundance in friends. This might be something where now you've branched out your social group a little bit. Now, I would like to notice here that we have energies here of people from all walks of life, if this has to do with your social environment. So we have some people that are, maybe hot and cold with you. Some people that are not your everyday friends, but they're your good friends. They're your sometimes friends. They're your quality over quantity friends. We notice here that we've got some quantity friends. We notice here that we have some lucky friends, some smart friends. We notice that we have people from all walks of life. We've got old, we've got young, we've got left brain, we've got right brain, we've got lucky, we've got fun, we've got, happy, we've got sad, we've got everything. Now we're also seeing here that there's this inspiration that is growing in your life. And so this next glow up for you, it's going to be something where 8 of Cups, something that you were perhaps wondering if you needed to let go of, you're going to notice it sticking to you. And this is actually part of your glow up because for you, you are looking better, you are feeling better, your energy is magnetic. And at this point in time, the things that you've been creating, it's time for them to not just be solidified in their foundation, but actually to give back to you. They say group number 1 that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. Why would we want to have planted a tree 20 years ago, group 1? Because now we actually can have the fruit that comes off the tree today. The planet is a little bit colder, the environment's a little better, and so we have these prerequisites being met for a sustainable harvest, for a healthy environment, for clean air, for beautiful, happy, healthy vibes. And this is what we see this next glow up is for you. You planted a tree 20 years ago, perhaps as an analogy or perhaps literally. And this glow up for you is going to be one that brings in a harvest. The environment is nice and settled. Everything is healthy. And you'll notice that you are now at a place where maybe this tree was something where you were just waiting for the harvest. Maybe it takes a few years for this to start blossoming. But whatever this is something where you're not going to be missing out on anything. You have more options. You're not going to be missing out on those friends you've had for a long time because of your new friends. You're not going to be missing out on things that you want to do because of things you can do. You're not going to be you're not going to be worried about the things that you can deal with, because what you can deal with is more, you have more space, you have more options. This has a lot to do with taking an unseen factor, something that was unconscious to you, and bringing it to your conscious awareness. So this glow up for you, group number 1, this is a new beginning. It's a new beginning that you've already laid the groundwork for. So just to get a little more grounded here with this reading, what we're seeing for this next glow up for you, this is an awakening of your consciousness, of your spiritual and psychic gifts and abilities. Some of you, you are awakening. The Magician with the 10 of Wands, this is giving healing energy, but being a healer, helping someone else heal themselves. This is helping walk through someone, this is helping someone walk through their shadow work. This is perhaps being a Reiki healer. This is helping someone connect with their spirit guides, with their angelic team, or something like this. The Knight of Pentacles, we're also seeing that some of the education that you have been giving yourself, whether it's reading books, listening to podcasts, studying something, or just working really hard at your craft, it's not only going to be paying off, but it's going to be magnifying, and I'm also hearing exponentially. I'm also hearing the phrase compound interest. So you can apply that phrase to whatever area of life you have been learning about recently. Whether that be your finances, whether that be your social network, whether that be your love life, whether that be your happiness, your peace, your meditation, your Reiki skills, anything like this. What we're also noticing is that you feel like you have an easier time staying on top of your health. The 8 of Cups is my hydrate card, but the 8 of Cups with the Fool is letting me know here that maybe you have been having a hard time staying on top of, well, maybe your supplements, maybe your hydration, maybe making sure that you are exercising every day, or just making sure that things are nice and flowing in your life. This can even, for those of you that are perhaps menstruators, this can have something to do with your cycle easing up too. This next glow up for you is something where you don't feel like you have to keep up with or fight against these natural cycles, these natural things that we have to do, like drink water or eat food. You're noticing here that your foundation is nice and healthy, you're hydrated. So when you drink water, you are just staying hydrated. It's like taking your phone battery and plugging it in at 98%, and using it while it's at 100 still on the charger instead of the other way around. This next glow up for you, you're looking phenomenal, by the way, and this is due to some of the option in your life. This is something like this next glow up for you, it has you getting a couple extra hours of sleep, maybe going to bed a little earlier, maybe waking up a little bit later. It has you getting to choose a little bit which skincare products you actually use, learning which ones are quality versus which ones are expensive, but having the freedom to be able to kind of see what that is. We have also here freedom to be able to create. So it matters a little less what you spend your time doing because you have more freedom of time. So if you create something and it's a bust, it's totally fine because it also gives you the freedom to create your next masterpiece instead of there being so much pressure over the amount of time you're allotting to create something. Also, group number 1, this next glow up for you, it's going to be one that has you either teaching something that you've learned or enrolling for some sort of new course or ideology or something like this. Some of you, you can be becoming a devotee. Now take that if it resonates with you, totally ignore it if it doesn't. For some of you, this is you receiving that scholarship or receiving an application confirmation for a place that you've been wanting to learn from or study from for a little bit. This glow up, you are getting accepted into that program, you're getting accepted into that school, you're getting accepted into that community, or you're getting accepted into some sort of career, perhaps a job title. Now, this is also going to be something where this glow up for you, it's very, very also domestic. So this can have something to do with maybe bringing in an interior designer. This is options. Maybe some of you, this glow up is finally giving you the time and the finances and the resources and the mental decompression needed to actually finally redo your kitchen or your bathroom. This next glow up for you, it's also going to be one that adds something to your library. Now, for some of you, that's literal, and for others of you, that's theoretical. You're going to get to add something if you have a collection of things that you very, very much adore. For example, they're showing me someone in my life that collects snow globes whenever they go everywhere. But they don't just buy snow globes. They have to go to the place and then they buy a snow globe. This is something like you get to add to your snow globe collection. You get to add to your library collection. But you get that book in a different language because you travel there. You get that snow globe because you travel there. You get to add to your collection of rare rocks and minerals because you actually harvested it out in nature. This is something like this, group number 1. And this next glow up for you, it's going to be something that allows you to appreciate some of the more rare, quaint, and sweet things in this life. For example, you are not just perhaps getting matcha off Amazon, you are getting maybe ceremonial grade matcha or ceremonial grade cacao. This is something here where you are not just getting yourself gym shoes because yours have holes in them. This is something where you are going to the store where you walk on that little foot sensor treadmill thing and you find the exact perfect right pair of shoes that are perfect for your feet. This kind of glow up here is something that is highly personalized for you, and it's because you have chosen to take some of the things around you and shift them around a little bit, some of the things within you, and shift them around a little bit. This is going to be something where you feel happy, healthy, wealthy, luxurious, and most importantly, you feel as though your past effort, that tree you planted 20 years ago, or the analogy for it, is actually helping you in a visible, positive, tangible way in your future. In a way where you can see, I'm so glad that I restricted my freedom, or that I was disciplined, or that I took that extra class, or that I went for that degree. You're going to be so glad that you put in something that you did, because now your future looks wide open. And it's not a question mark. It's not an option. It's not most likely. It's not if you play your cards right. It is assured. And so this next glow up for you, you are feeling less stressed. You are looking better. You have more freedom of perhaps time, of location, of finance, of resources, of friends. And with this being the case, we're also noticing that you have a really strong support system around you as well. And there's also a really big energy here of people gathering around you, either to learn something from you, to admire something that you are or have created. So some of you, if you're artists and you are wanting to paint some murals around town, there's not a lot of perhaps pressure for that one mural to be your masterpiece, because you can paint 6 or 8 or 10. And so you will actually have that mural, because it won't matter so much which one of them ends up being perfect, because they're all a creative expression of yours. And one of them ends up just gathering this huge group of people around it, admiring it every day. It might be one that becomes a travel destination in your city, in your town. There's something like this that is a big deal that you have already been working on, but because there's the time and the space and the freedom for your masterpiece to come through you, group number 1, this glow up is going to be one that has you happy, healthy, stressless, looking beautiful, feeling beautiful, and abundant in all ways. It's also going to be one that opens up new doors for you that you haven't seen yourself coming into yet. There are a lot of things in this life that you are yet to do, group number 1, a lot of them that you might not have any idea exist as an option for you, or some that you might not even know that you're going to get to speak that language. You might never have heard of that country that you're going to travel to. In a positive way, you might not have any idea that you're interested in that hobby, or you might have no idea how where you are right now is going to lead you to that particular vision that you would like to manifest. And so what we see here is this next glow up for you. This is this finally you made it and can breathe now energy. Finally, you're healthy, you're hydrated. We see health problems resolving. We see your skin being supple, you looking and feeling beautiful. Your hair, it's gorgeous. Your resources, you got like everything together. And just kind of getting to take this big sigh of relief after a lot of hard work. And then we see, because you're in the sigh of relief energy, you kind of get to explore your options a little bit in different areas in a way where maybe it doesn't matter as much if you're taking the same Pilates class from the same Pilates teacher 3 times a week. Maybe you go take stand-up paddleboard yoga one week. Maybe another week you go to Zumba. And you're still staying fit, but you're not trying to get in shape. You can kind of tone it up. You're not trying to get hydrated. You are hydrated and you're drinking water. Things like this. So this glow up, it's going to be beautiful for you. This is really, really, really result of your past effort that's harvesting now. It's blossoming. And this will also be one that from this place opens up doors for you, because maybe you do find yourself exploring a hobby that you didn't know you would have, or going to a place that you didn't know you wanted to go to, or learning a language that never even crossed your mind before to learn. And we're also noticing a lot of domestic energies here too. So we're noticing things like finally getting around to that kitchen remodel, but it's not to the place where it will stress you out so much just to deal with that in your life right now. No, you're at a place where it would be just beautiful, luxurious, amazing, delicious, awesome. We're also having here an energy of whole ingredients, like whole foods. So this can be things like quality over quantity when it comes to your health. So it might not be that you're exercising 6 days a week. It can be that here you feel like you're in really good shape. And so now you are focusing on what is impactful, quality over quantity. This is going to show up in all ways in your life, meaning that you have more option to explore, because where there would be quantity, there's now quality instead. So you might notice that you clean out your closet and then your finances go up and you end up buying a couple really nice pieces in like a capsule wardrobe. So there's something here about this where the quantity would be of certain items, certain energy, certain things in your life, we're noticing this kind of shift into quality. And this quality being one that opens up space for you in other areas of life. One thing that I'm noticing here is a lot of people gathering, a lot of people. So if some of you are influencers or your social media, for any reason, this might blow up for you. If you are authors, you might notice that all of a sudden your book is on a chart. You have an article about you in a magazine. If you're a muralist, you're going to notice that people flock to your mural. If you're just recently opened up a cafe, you'll notice that all of a sudden you have a line outside your door. Or those 5 a.m.ers, they might be going to your cafe instead of Starbucks because they appreciate the quality and they want to support small businesses. This is something where this glow up for you is really just a sigh of relief. This is showing you why you've been doing all the things that you've been doing. And it's also something that makes you feel beautiful, makes you feel free, makes you feel like finally you don't have something hanging over your head. And it's going to be something that you can see from here opens up a door, but you get to choose what that door is. It's not coming from what you need it to be in order to get to where you want to be. This is you being where you want to be, and it's a little bit sparklier, a little bit happier than you would have imagined. And on top of that, it's opening up doors for you that you get to pick. You get to choose the shape of the door, the size of the door, the color of the door, the number on the door. And some of you, you might find yourself looking for a new place. You might find yourself buying a home. We might have this energy, again, compound interest. So we have quality that turns into quantity of quality. Okay? So what we're looking at here is a glow up across the board, really, for you, group number 1. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, if we can pull some advice, or let's see what group 1 would like to reflect upon, angel, spirits, guides, ancestors of group number 1, we're going to flip to a self-exploration question from my guided self-exploration journal. We're going to see group number 1, what should they reflect on right now? Okay, we have describe your ideal morning routine. Interesting. We also have describe your current nighttime routine. So your ideal morning routine and your current nighttime routine. Interesting. So take a look at how those two things tie together. What you're currently doing before bed and what you would like to do when you wake up. In the moments where you rest, how do you want to wake up? And what kind of responses would you like to have in your morning? Or what kind of response is your nighttime routine to your morning routine? Or vice versa. Interesting segue of energies to pay attention to there. So, group number 1, this is all about your next glow up. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. And as always, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, magical realm. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share. It helps me out a lot. And let me know if this reading resonated with you, or go ahead and claim down in the comments below, because you know your affirmations make a big difference. If you're interested in any of these decks used in today's reading, you can find them on my store, as well as the intention candles and personal readings with me. Thank you so very much for being here. I love you. I'm grateful for you, and I will see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, group 2. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your next glow up, and you selected the second group with the gratitude practice card. This is really beautiful, as this lets me know, group number 2, that you are stepping into a chapter of life where you have more to be grateful for. Group number 2, you are phenomenal at your gratitude practice. Either you've recently increased it, you've been working on it for a very long time, or you have gratitude as just a commonplace energy in your auric system, which is beautiful. Group number 2, what I'm getting here is this next glow up for you. This is going to be something where you are grateful for what is around you, and it continues to grow in abundance because what you're focusing on is gratitude. there may be some things that you have been trying to achieve or that you've been working on improving in life or about yourself or both. And we're seeing here that your gratitude you've had along the way, maybe not being exactly where you want to be, releasing that wants to be elsewhere and being grateful for where you are, it's actually glowing you up into becoming, having, or achieving what it is that you have been practicing, what it is that you've been working towards. So we see group number 2, you implementing this belief where perhaps you are grateful for what is around you, you are grateful for who you are, you're grateful for your life, you are grateful for the people around you that love you, you are grateful for everything, your experience here on this earth as a human. And you've also been showing up in a lot of different ways for yourself, for God, for the universe, for source, for others. And you might notice that you are still perhaps ironing out some creases. Now, you focusing on this gratitude, this next glow up for you, it's going to have you shining from the inside out. Your energy, it's going to be very alluring. You're going to notice that something increases in volume, something that may have felt less than, or something that you needed to learn to be comfortable or grateful without. It's increasing in volume. So this is a really beautiful energy here for you, group number 2. So group 2, it seems as though you have been waiting for a particular achievement, milestone, graduation, or something, waiting for an opportunity to celebrate. And we're also seeing here that you've been given some time or space for you to actually center, look within yourself. And maybe this happened inadvertently, maybe this happened intentionally. But what we're noticing here is that this next glow up for you, it's all about how you went back to center, how you cultivated that inner love, how when you feel yourself maybe getting nudged a bit off center, you take a beat, you find that center, you anchor into it, you keep that channel open, you keep that heart grateful, you keep your thoughts optimistic, you connect with the universe, you don't lose track of what's important. And so we're noticing here that while you are focusing on what is important, gratitude, love, being present, connection with the universe, there is also this energy where this next glow up for you, it embodies all of this and it permeates through your being into your life. You're going to notice that a lot more people and animals are attracted to you. You're going to notice that the plants around you grow more abundantly. You're going to notice that people around you are smiling more often. Group number 2, this glow up is this cosmic energy of gratitude that is abundant and contagious. This is beautiful. We're seeing here an expression of your truth, something that perhaps didn't feel heard at one point in time. Perhaps it's something that you felt like you couldn't say, or when you did say it, it didn't get heard. This is something here, group number 2, where you felt as though you had to dance around it in order to make others happy, or that others brushed it off when it was expressed. But you remembered, group number 2, that you are worth being grateful for. You remembered, group number 2, that these are the things that make you you, and that they're important if they're important to you. You remember that who you are is intentional and not supposed to change. Evolve, maybe, but you're perfect today. You were perfect yesterday, and you'll be perfect tomorrow. And as much as you might want to cross some T's and dot some I's, maybe meditate a little more, eat a little healthier, relax those shoulders a little bit more, still you are perfect the way you are today. And you were at your worst moment, and you were at your best moment. And this connection with all that is cosmic, this rebalancing of the divine scale, this is something that you have been working on, and it's also been taking a toll on your physical life, but in ways where you're shifting the things that need to get shifted. in ways where you are growing and changing and evolving, but not because you aren't perfect, but because you deserve to grow like a plant. That seed is perfect even when you have it in your hand, even when it's under the soil and you can't see it. It's perfect when it cracks, it's perfect when the roots sprout, it's perfect when it breaches the soil surface, it's perfect when it grows all the way into a tree, it's perfect when it reaches its harvest. Group number 2, this next glow up for you, you're at your harvest. And there's a little bit of this energy of, oh my gosh, has there always been such an abundant orange tree there, or a mango tree, apple tree? Oh my goodness, has there always been such an abundance? Has there always been a tree there? Well, there has. But the tree was grateful for itself. The tree is you. The tree knew to keep growing. The tree knew that it was supported by its environment, even if it felt overlooked. And so group number 2, this next glow up for you, you are reaching your harvest. And as is pretty common here on Earth, things that are shiny and sparkly, they make people go, ooh, shiny. You see a tree that's been there for 5 years and suddenly it bears fruit. Wait, was there always a tree there? Well, yes, there was. It wasn't until there was something big, bright, and citric that was there before you began to notice it. And so this tree that's been there all along, this gratitude that's been there all along, this practice that has been here all along, group number 2, you staying true to that, you honoring that. This next glow up for you is, yes, you reaching this point where you receive what it is that you wanted to be grateful for instead of what you had to learn to be grateful for. But there's no space in between. You're grateful for nothing, you're grateful for something, you're grateful for that nuance in between nothing and something. You're grateful for the best, you're grateful for the worst, you're grateful for the present. And because you're focusing on this gratitude, those things that your heart desires, that your soul is craving, they're coming in for you. And it's feeling very natural. But it's less about this glow up, group number 2 is less about what it is that you are receiving and more about what you're embodying and exuding. So this is really fascinating and really beautiful energy. So let's get into the tarot here. We'll pull from my graphic tarot deck. If you're interested in my graphic tarot mini oracle, my hands are very small, group number 2, and I travel a lot, so I made these decks for that purpose, as well as these intention candles. You can find all of them on my store, same with personal sessions, etc., my books, journals, etc. So tell us about group number 2's glow up. Spirit, tell us about group number 2's glow up. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, you're going to be receiving a lot of gifts, a lot of compliments, a lot of resources, a lot of abundance in the material realm. Some of you, you're going to have an abundance. If you have a garden, your garden's harvest, it's going to pop off. You're going to have your best harvest yet. If you have a business, you're going to have your best season yet. If you are a fashion designer, you're going to make your favorite designs yet. This is about you receiving something that you've been working towards, but you had to learn about that specific seed and that specific soil in your specific environment. Not just, I want a tree, I plant a seed, and then I have it. You have to learn about the conditions, how much sunlight, how much rain. And we have here that this next glow up for you, there's this happiness that is just contagious, group number 2. You might be known for your sunny disposition. Maybe you've been a little down lately. And this is where you step back into your gratitude practice and you find that spark again within you. Group number 2, you might be very, very happy. You might be very, very kind. You might be very, very honest. And so you might have kind of had a season in your life where things were not necessarily going your way because you were so nice, because you were so kind. Not in the way where you're a pushover, where you're still honoring yourself, but because you are not minimizing or rejecting your own morals, your own kindness, or what is within your heart. You might notice that other people, well, those who don't mind cheating, those who don't mind knocking people over, pulling people down to try to get on top, you're noticing now, group number 2, that because you have good bones, because you put your money where your mouth is, so to speak. You know what you're doing. You have the integrity. You can unravel every single bit and piece of you, and it is exactly what it portrays itself as. You practice what you preach, and it makes a difference. And so because of this, now that you have, say, these oranges on your tree, you're going to be drawing more attention to you. It's not about the fact that you finally got your oranges. It's not about the fact that people are now noticing there's a tree there. However, group number 2, this is about the glow up is that space almost in between. It's that connection of it all. This is you finally receive your harvest, and it's the best one yet. This is you finally are not smiling, and even though the world is the way it is around you, you are smiling and it's making a difference in the world. Group number 2, what you're noticing here with the King of Cups and 3 of Cups is that you have an opportunity to pay it forward and create or join some sort of community. Group number 2, if you have been wanting to join a gym, a meditation class, if you've been wanting to start a book club, if you have been thinking about starting or going to a retreat somewhere, or putting together an opportunity to gather with your friends, with your family, this is coming for you. This glow up for you, it's opening up options for you, and it's highly emotionally charged. But it's positively emotionally charged because it comes from gratitude and spirit. So it's not the roller coaster of emotions that we might be used to or have evolved out of, but rather this is you getting closer and closer and closer to divine cosmic bliss because your heart is in gratitude. Because the emotions that you feel, they're in tune with the universe experiencing the universe. They're not human experiencing emotions driving the vehicle. They are, wow, has that flower always smelled so good? Has that tree always been there? This is stopping and smelling the flowers. This is seeing the people in your life through a new lens. This is the people in your life seeing you through a new lens. This is a sigh of relief, a breath of fresh air that has gratitude, peace, and spirit at its core. It's the genuinity, it's the integrity, it's the you are exactly what you say you are, and it's not your fault if others didn't listen, but just because it wasn't listened to doesn't mean it doesn't get heard, and it doesn't mean it doesn't get honored. It doesn't mean it was ever wrong. It meant it was perfect. It meant that it was exactly perfect, and that when it is time, which it is now, group number 2, this next glow up for you is the most abundant one yet. They're showing me Sabrina Carpenter, actually. She has been making music for a very long time. She's always had a very niche, kind of small audience that loved her, worshipped her a lot. But most people didn't know who she was, didn't know she existed. She was kind of more known for her cozy, tight, small concerts. And then one summer, everything just kind of worked out for her. I'm sure there was a greater plan to it, but all of a sudden, she times everything correctly. All of a sudden, she's on social media everywhere. All of a sudden, she is reaching the #1 most listened to artist in the world. She has the best year of her career. And this is not because she just popped out of nowhere. It's not because someone put her there, but rather it's because she was a tree and she decided to grow. And yeah, of course, when people see something that's sparkly, when people see something with a lot of zeros at the end, when people see a tree that has fruit on it that you can eat, sure, it will draw more attention. But it is the fact that that tree has been there for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. That tree kept on growing. And group number 2, now you're reaching your greatest harvest. Tell us more about group number 2's glow up. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is going to be something that was once, like I'm hearing the phrase, a thorn in your side, but because you knew you were a tree. They're showing me a tree, a fruit tree growing in the desert. It's like, you know that you are the resource, you know you're the abundance, you know you are the medicine, for lack of better terms, but you are not so attached to being the medicine that you have to tell everyone. You are not so attached to the fact that you are in a desert that you complain about it. Rather, you're grateful to be there. And all of a sudden, when you provide water and fruit and nutrients in the middle of a desert, you become this oasis. And that oasis provides life to more things. And that oasis eventually turns into a lush environment that is abundant, that is contagious in abundance, contagious in joy. And it soon becomes a sought-after destination. This glow up for you, group number 2, is going to be one where you feel heard. All of the things that you've been saying all along about you, they're kind of going to be, well, the proof is in the pudding. Someone's going to ask, wait, how did you get that tree to grow? You'll say, well, I've been showing you all along, but I didn't use pesticides. I didn't use steroids. Perhaps I didn't fake it. I didn't buy a tree that was ready to be propagated that already was one season away from harvest. You started from a seed. You grew it there with integrity. I'm hearing all natural. I'm also hearing the song New by Clara Luciani, which I love. She says, I'm before you naked. Look at me. You want to see what I am? You want to see what's behind you? You want to see the secret sauce? Here's me. I took off my makeup. I took off my clothes. I bore my soul. I'm opening my heart. Everything, it's naked. It's bare for you to see. You want to see it? See it. This is what's here. There's nothing to hide, and it's beautiful the way that it is. And this energy, this empowerment, this self-gratitude and gratitude for what's around you, with that empowerment kind of energy coming through, this is your glow up group 2. This is going to be one where you're going to say, hey, I'm not asking you to look at me, but if you wanted to, it's kind of like if you wanted to, you would. And so it's, how did group number 2 have this glow up? Well, if you wanted to, you could. If you wanted to, you would. If you wanted to, some of you have been going to the gym or something for a very, very long time, and the results are showing. Maybe you have been taking ballet class 2 times a day, every day for the last 10 years. And now you get a job. And so the people in one of your ballet classes 1 time a week, they're all jealous. Or they're looking at you and they're saying, well, what did you do? And you're saying, well, remember when you were calling me crazy for taking so many classes? You remember when you were overlooking me because I must be desperate to go so often? Remember when you were laughing at me for going to the chiropractor? It's because you took it seriously. And because you were grateful for it, not because you wanted a goal in mind, group number 2, but because you had love in your heart, because you had gratitude in your heart. So group number 2, this glow up for you, it's going to be your wish fulfillment, and it's going to be a very public spectacle. What I'm also getting here is that your hard work is going to pay off, but it's not just your hard work. This is something where you're going to get to work smarter, not harder, and you seem to have other minds helping you with this. They're showing me again Sabrina Carpenter. When she began, I don't know too much about her career, but surely when she is as famous as she is, now she has a team. She probably has an assistant. She probably has people working for her, helping her plan out her tours and strategies as to when she'll release what songs to release in what order, things like this. She is an artist, and she also probably has a team. Many do. And there's something here about, when you start and you're all alone and you are going up to your friends or your parents, and you're saying, I want to be a singer. And they're going, oh, that's great. I want a unicorn, but you go to vocal classes every night and you write music about all of the ways that those people are treating you. And you end up becoming good, and then you end up becoming better, and then you end up being the best. And this is the glow up for you, group number 2. This is a very public spectacle with the King of Cups and Swords here. This is going to be something that appeals emotionally. There's something here that is attainable, relatable, but also magnificent about you simultaneously. It is this, you are very, very grounded and you're always very happy. It's not this dissociated glee. It is this tactical, rational, actionable plan that got you to where you are. Infuse a little gratitude, infuse a little empowerment. This next glow up for you, group number 2, there is a focus around community. So I'm seeing, for example, you finally are at that place you wanted to be in your career, or you finally finished that class and now you have Saturdays free, or you have your nights free, and so you go to that yoga class perhaps When you go to that yoga class, maybe you meet a friend, and you and that friend, now you have a little ritual of grabbing matcha afterwards. Now you start that book club. There's this energy of this community just kind of taking off and growing around you. And it's not about you. It is about the movement here. It is about how gratitude is expansive. When you plant a gratitude tree, it might take a while to grow, but you decided that seed is the seed of gratitude. It doesn't change to rosemary or pothos or an orchid. You chose the gratitude seed and you placed it there. And you worked on that tree every single day for a very long time. And group number 2, this glow up for you is now you have a gratitude tree, and it might be the rarest or most difficult to grow of them all. And so, group 2, this glow up for you, it's all about seeing quick results. Not because you seek instant gratification, but because you are grateful and fine without it. You're seeing community and abundance and support and being listened to, your boundaries respected, and people coming to you for your opinion as an expert. Not because you're telling them that you're the medicine, not because you're telling them you're going to be the oasis in a desert, but because they see a gratitude tree. They see something shiny. They say, wait, how did you get that? How did you get that to look like that? How did you get your car to look like that? Oh, easy. I used the wax option at this car wash. How did you get your mental health so happy? Oh, easy. I meditated and used affirmations every day for years. And it's not to say that the process is easy, but it's to say the steps are simple. What kind of tree do you want to plant? Now, making that decision is a huge one. It's not easy. But when you choose a gratitude tree, then that choice is simple. Now, learning how to treat a gratitude tree and the way it fits into your life and the way that you can fit your life to that tree, that's not simple. Being overlooked, growing for 10 years before your harvest, that's not simple. But what is once you do learn the kind of water that it needs, you show up and you provide. Once you do learn the kind of soil that it needs, well, that's the kind that you buy. When you learn how much sunlight it needs, well, that's the angle you put it at. And when no one else is around and you have this tree that's not yet at harvest, you've got a place to sit and enjoy shade, and it's peaceful and it's quiet and it's just for you. You're grateful for something. So this glow up for you, group number 2, it's an expansion. It's an expansion of you. Y-O-U. And it's going to be something that is beautiful because you're beautiful. It's going to be something that's perfect because you're perfect. And it's also going to be something that appeals to the emotions. It tugs on the heartstrings of others. Because it is a gratitude tree. Because it did take a long time to grow. Because you did choose a gratitude tree instead of a money tree. So, group number 2, the gratitude tree. This is the tree that draws in all the abundance. This draws in friends and family. It draws in information, knowledge, and wisdom. It draws in emotional fulfillment, material fulfillment. It draws in abundance in all the different ways. And so when you have this lock, and you have this key, and you have this tree, and you have this shade, you're sitting with your back up against the tree like, I'm in the middle of a desert and all these people are complaining and I'm sitting here under my shady tree, almost feeling bad. Remember to be grateful. This is when you get nudged a little to the right or nudged a little to the left. You sit under that tree. You go tell people, hey, I've got a gratitude tree I'm sitting under. And maybe they don't want to hike with you. Maybe they don't believe you. Maybe they are happy complaining, but you still sit under your gratitude tree. You don't leave your gratitude in order to bring others there. Rather, you honor it. You honor that tree. You treat it the way it deserves to be treated. And so this glow up for you is you being treated the way that you deserve to be treated, with gratitude, with love, honoring who you are, who you've been this entire time. And the amount of time, love, patience, and most of all, integrity and gratitude that went into cultivating you the way you are. And so this is in essence, this glow up for you, group 2, it's a little bit less, look what I have, look how I look. It's a little less having and a little less becoming. And it's more about revealing. And it's going to bring in for you more opportunities to have, more opportunities to become, more opportunities to experience. But what this really is, it's the veil that you've been seeing through the entire time being pulled back in the way that you are seen, in the way that you are treated. And it's going to have many wanting to plant their own gratitude trees, but yours will always be known as the first, as the original. You are the one who decided to plant a gratitude tree in the desert, even though they told you you needed to revitalize the soil. Even though they told you it's too hot, you're not going to be able to grow a gratitude tree there. Even though you told your friends, your family, I'm going to grow a gratitude tree, and they said, oh, sure you are. Or it only counts if it's a rosemary bush. What good is a gratitude tree when you could be growing, I don't know, a money tree? But you followed your heart, group 2, and it's going to pay off. And you're going to have an opportunity to take further action that are aligned with your truth and aligned with your heart. And I'm going to tell you now, it's going to be fun. You're not going to be alone doing it. And it's going to be something that is a lot simpler than it has been for you in the past. So enjoy this glow up, because this is accessibility to you. This is you receiving accessibility because you've made yourself accessible. And where you put yourself, where you put your time, your energy, your dedication, that is putting your money where your mouth is. That is exactly the reason why now things will be accessible to you, because you made yourself accessible. Doesn't matter who comes and sits under the tree. It mattered more that there was a tree there to come and sit under. And you did it, group 2. So this next glow up for you, it's all about this grand revelation, not to you, but of you, about you. And it's going to be something where you pop off. You're going to have the best season yet, the best year yet, the best chapter yet. And because you've been growing your tree so long, you almost don't see the harvest coming. Now, maybe you know they harvest maybe it takes 5 to 8 years on average, I don't know, for them to bear fruit. And maybe you're on year 4.5, maybe you're on year 6, maybe you don't know. You know, you're just kind of, I have maybe a ballpark idea, sort of. Well, you're going to wake up one morning and you're going to notice little fruits on the tree. You're going to notice people noticing little fruits on the tree. You're going to notice people asking you, hey, did you know that was a gratitude tree? Hey, how did you revitalize the soil? How did you bring an oasis to the desert? What made you start doing this? And this is when those things that were maybe not heard will be. This is when someone says, hey, thank you for what you've done for the community. Do you want some help? Have some fun. Enjoy yourself. Join a community. Take Thursday nights off. Go crazy. Go to a yin class. And this is your next glow up, group number 2. So I'm going to pull a question for you from my guided self-exploration journal. This is just a prompted journal. It has over 200 questions in it just to help self-reflect a little bit. So let's pull a random page for group number 2 for their glow up. What are they reflecting on? Let me see. Okay. How would you use more time? Interesting. And how would you use more resources? So Spirit would like for you to reflect upon those 2 questions as you step into this next glow up for you. Before we let you go, group 2, let's pull a little bit of advice for you just for today. Bit of advice for group 2. I'm just hearing, gotta be grateful. I'm actually hearing the song Grateful by Londrell. I gotta be grateful because I know someone lost their life today. Page of Wands. Okay. Okay, let yourself play early. Let yourself have some fun, okay? Go outside, make some magic, have some sparkles in your life, okay? Okay, some of you are being encouraged to step in with your sensuality a little bit more and make decisions that are fair to you, okay? It seems to be, there's a bit of an Aquarian vibe that's kind of coming through this energy, not any individual card, but this energy of the whole spread here. And Aquarius often does what's best for the group, what's best for everyone. You're being encouraged to tap in a little bit more with your creativity and sensuality, and also to like baby steps, to start doing what's best for you, not just what's best for everyone. What might be best for you is, yes, of course, for there to be a gratitude tree there, but it might also be for you to go to yin yoga on Thursdays. It might be for you to grow your gratitude tree for everyone there, but also to, you know, take a weekend off every once in a while and go on a vacation somewhere. It might be for you to not visit your gratitude tree one day, not in your heart, but whatever the tree represents, be it a business, be it the gym, be it a child, be it class, school, something like this. To make decisions that are not just in everyone's best interest, but in your best interest. And then again, to reflect, what would you do with extra time? What would you do with extra resources? Assuming that everything went off without a hitch and you had the ability to step away. With that gratitude in your heart, you're being encouraged to explore the magic. What would be magical for you to experience? What is magical to you to walk through in this life? Your advice is to do that a little bit more. Music is coming up a lot. So some of you, it might be pull out that dusty guitar. For some of you, it might be bring that ukulele to the beach. So for some of you, it might be go to that open mic night. For others of you, it might be start writing music again. And for some of you, it's just go to a concert, you know? Or let yourself sing your life. Sing like no one is listening. Dance like no one is watching. That is what you've been doing, except now you're going to notice that while you're doing this, you're going to be seen. So while you're seen, well, start by singing like no one's listening, because when you start, no one is. But by the time you finish, someone will. So sing with that same gusto. When you dance like no one is watching, you're going to start like no one is, because they're not. And by the time you hit that coda, you're going to be watched. So still dance your heart out, sing your heart out, love your heart out. You have transformed. And now people are going to be seeing, was there always a butterfly of that color? Was there always a fruit tree there? Was group 2 always just here? So, group 2, don't be afraid. Start small. And trust that you're doing this for you. Start doing it for you. Zero in on you. Because yeah, you did it for everyone. You also did it for you. And what you're going to be encouraged is to let yourself focus on you a little more. Let yourself be focused, let others focus on you a little bit more. And so in this glow up, hone in on you. Dance like no one's watching, and then when they do start watching, keep dancing. Keep dancing the same way. Some of you might want to go to an ecstatic dance if they have that in your town or city or one nearby. It's really fun, and it's a great way to let loose, shake it off. Also, some of you might have messages in the song "Nue" by Clara Luciani. It's N-U-E. So that is all I have for you today, Group 2. This is all about your next glow up. I am excited for you. Drop a comment below about how this resonated, what this resonates with for you. What is your personal gratitude tree? How would you use extra time and extra resources? Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. For more exclusive content, you can join my inner circle here on YouTube, or you can also follow along on my Patreon, where I post tons of exclusive content on both of those places. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you know where to find it. It's going to be on my store in the description box. It is on Etsy at Spiritualistic, Patreon, TikTok, Instagram. All of it is at Spiritualistic. I do have people impersonating me sometimes on different social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. So if you would like a direct link, you can go on Etsy, search Spiritualistic, and you'll find my whole store up on there. You can also find all of the links on my verified Instagram account, on my TikTok, and on this YouTube in the description box as well. So if you would like my direct links to make sure that it's not a scammer or impersonator, then you can find the links on my direct profiles. So I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm, you beautiful magical being. Thank you for being here. I love you very much. Good luck with all of your endeavors, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your next glow up, and you selected the third group with the A Miracle Awaits card. Now, group number 3, connecting with your energy here, the first thing that's coming through is that this next glow up for you is going to be something where you are popping off. That is the first thing that I'm hearing. You're going to be feeling great. You're going to be looking great. You're going to feel on top of everything, and you're going to be turning heads for sure. Group number 3, there is something here about your perception of self and the way that others see you that is shifting here. Group number 3, I'm getting that you have had something enter your life that kind of threw you off balance a little bit, a little less in a lesson way and a little more in an obstruction kind of way. Meaning, this might be someone that you started spending all of your time with, and they might be really mentally unhealthy, and some of it might have rubbed off. This might be something like you started a new job and it just kind of took the life out of you. This can be something like maybe you spent money on something and it ended up being a poor investment, or you were really putting a lot of your perhaps emotional eggs into one basket and it ended up disappointing you. Whatever this is, group number 3, your next glow up is going to be something that you have been waiting for. It's also going to be something that you have been working for. There seems to be something where at one point, before whatever this obstruction is came in, you were so close you could almost taste it. Some of you were even there. However, something came in and kind of kicked you off track. Group number 3, this next glow up for you is going to be you recognizing and realizing that you had the key all along. This is like you waking up out of an illusion that was imposed onto you because you're getting back into your own energy. You're getting back into the swing of things in your way. You're taking care of yourself in the ways that you do. You are doing what you know you're supposed to be doing and not listening to other people. Group number 3, this next glow up for you, again, you're going to be looking amazing. You're going to be feeling amazing. Something that you have been working for a really long time, that you perhaps almost threw in the towel for, is actually going to be something that's taking off the way that it should have before this obstruction came into your life knowingly. So group number 3, I'm getting that you've worked really, really hard in order to provide something for yourself. This can be something like you worked really, really hard to reduce the acne in your face, to clean up your skin. You worked really, really hard to get in perfect Ayurvedic health, and then all of a sudden comes in and your cortisol spikes and you start breaking out again. You feel out of balance no matter what it is that you're doing. There's something here where this miracle that awaits, it's you reawakening to yourself. And it's also going to be something that reignites your spark. And so in honor of that, let's light this candle for you, group number 3. This next glow up for you, this is going to be all about you seeing yourself for the star that you are, and also not feeling as, feeling comfortable being alone again. Group 3, I'm getting that you're pretty comfortable being alone, but also that, it's beautiful and healthy to connect with other people. We are told all the time that we're social creatures, and this can be true. It also doesn't have to be true. Now, we want to be healthy in our connections with others, but what I'm getting for you, group number 3, is that this glow up for you, it is a lot less, it's like you're not sacrificing yourself for others, but perhaps the version of you that you've grown into, maybe it doesn't really relate with the people around you. I'm getting that you can be the first something, or the best something, or the most something, or there's something like this that just sets you apart. You might be, just to use example spirit showing me, it's like you can be a Pulitzer Prize winner, but you can be the world's first Congolese non-binary Pulitzer Prize winner. You can be something where you are maybe an expert at something, where those around you might not know anything about it. For example, say you study Ayurveda or skincare. Maybe you're a dermatologist and you're seeing people put things on their face, eating things that they're saying are healthy, and you know that they're not. And it's not worth the argument. It's not worth the discussion. In reality, group number 3, this glow up for you, this is you not questioning yourself. Say you are on a plant-based diet and the people around you are saying, but you need meat. And the reason you need meat is because of the plants that meat eats. So you might be questioning yourself because what you see around you, it's like this really big inside out backwards cloud. But this glow up for you, group number 3, this is you going back within yourself, sparking your joy. I'm getting group number 3, you are doing breath work more, you are exercising more, you're doing your skincare more, you're sleeping better, your cortisol is going lower. I'm also getting that your skin is clearing up. I'm getting here, group number 3, that you are meditating more, you're praying more if that's something that you do. Your connection with all that is so deep. And this is at a place where group number 3, I need you to listen to this for a moment, okay? It is very much said that your internal state reflects your external state, that as within, so without. This is very, very true if you're not doing the work you need to be doing. However, group number 3, the difference between you and those in your environment are that you did the work already and that you're continuing to do the work. And so this glow up for you, it's realizing instead of as within, so without, and looking outside of you and saying, well, why is this everywhere within me? Why is this everywhere outside of me? There must be something inside of me that's saying this, looking like this, feeling like this, asking for this. Well, if I'm being met with such hypocrisy to my truth, then maybe it's my truth that needs to change. Or maybe I'm not saying it right. Or maybe there's something about me that needs to be stronger or learn a lesson. And group number 3, after a certain point in your spiritual journey, group number 3, you will notice that you interact with other human beings, and the difference between you and them is that you did the work and they did not. This is not to emphasize that you are better or they are better. You are all divine. You are all the universe experiencing the universe. However, if as within, so without truly, then everything you see would be a reflection of yourself. And as you know, group number 3, this is not always the case. It's really, really easy to hear really beautiful poetic nuances that get really, really popular in New Age pop culture spirituality and carry them forward as if they're true and keep looking at yourself wondering what's wrong when in reality you did the work you needed to do. If you continue to heal and then you're around people that mistreat you and mishandle you, it's not your fault because something around you is making you get mistreated, group 3. It's the fact that you're able to see the mistreatment, the fact that you're putting yourself in different environments, and not at all the fact that that is a reflection of you. And so this is what you've been learning, and this is emulated in your next glow up for you, group number 3. Things are going to start moving and shifting for you. A lot of the things that you feel like you had them, I want to say under control, but I don't love the word control. Group 3, this is going to be something where this next glow up for you is something where you feel like you figured something out. You were really on top of your skincare or your meditation, your exercise routine, your yoga, your Ayurveda. You were really on top of your practice, really on top of yourself, your life, organized, everything. And then all of a sudden this obstruction comes in. And what you were learning is that this was not a reflection of you. It is not what you see outside of you that reflects what's inside of you. What is inside of you is a light towards what is outside of you. While that can be the case, that is not a be-all, end-all universal truth, as so many are often taught. Because it's easy to hear one thing that sounds poetic and copy and paste it without learning. And so group number 3, this glow up for you is going to be one that allows you to trust the universe more. Trust what is outside of you more, literally, not pertaining to whether or not you have it together, not pertaining to whether or not your external situation is asking you to reflect. Rather, this is allowing you to release control. This is allowing you to trust the universe, the things that are external to you through your perception as the universe experiencing itself. Not just in those obstructive energies, but in the fact that these obstruction energies, well, they come in and they go out. If you open up a door and something comes in because you want to air out your space, make sure that you're opening up a window so that it has a way out as well. You open up your door, something comes in, you don't like it, so you close down all the windows and the doors, but it's still in your space. Keep the window open, my love, because it was just passing through. Group number 3, this glow up for you is going to feel like a miracle. This is a sigh of relief. This is something that you have been waiting for and something that you did wait a long time for. You did work really hard for. It did start to come into your life. And all of a sudden, as soon as you started to shine, you got distracted. I'm being shown a situation, group 3. This is something where, say there is someone in your life who doesn't treat you very nicely. Now this can be an energy, it can be a person, it can be a situation. And maybe this is the kind of person where every time you are about to have a beautiful experience in your life, it's always right before you go perform. It's always right before your graduation. It's always right before you go on a trip. It's always in the moments that are supposed to be beautiful for you that this energy will come in and try to ruin the day. Try to make you insecure. Try to ruin things for you on the moments that things are shining. And group 3, this glow up for you, this is, well, you left that window open and this energy it's passing through. Therefore, you get to walk across that stage. You get to perform. You get to attend the award show. You get to enjoy your vacation, and you get to enjoy it thoroughly, fully, the way that you planned to, the way that you deserve to. Because whatever this obstruction is, I'm also hearing the phrase obstruction of justice, which is huge, because this is letting you know that if something feels like it's not a mirror reflection of you and where you're at, if you are leaving that window open, and if you are trusting in the universe, trust that things are going to fall together for you. And so this glow up for you, group 3, this is giving, like, I'm not gonna lie, like a post-breakup glow up kind of energy. This is giving a post that career that was draining the life out of you glow up. This is giving that you were going to leave to go on vacation with that person and they decided to throw a temper tantrum, and so they said, fine, then I'm not going. You said, okay, and you go without them kind of glow up. That is what this is, group 3, and this is gorgeous. And it also, I have to say, shows your tenacity, and there's this energy of a miracle here, indicating that there's magic involved, there's spirituality involved. This is something where this glow up for you, this is where you shine because it's your right to shine, because you've done the work. You feel lovely because you've done the healing work, you've done the work to heal. This is, you have a beautiful time because you went to school for 4 years, 8 years, 10 years, 5 years, and you graduate. So you get to enjoy that gosh darn graduation day. And all is fair. All is just. All is right. Now let's see about this glow up for group number 3. Tell us about this miracle, please. Yeah, this is a lot of, I'm getting your cortisol levels going down. Okay, this is a lot of, this is you having a spark of like happiness, motivation, spirituality, but it's feeling calm. It's feeling like that stressor leaves your life, and all of a sudden, it doesn't matter how many skincare products you put on your life, because you put on your face, because it wasn't what you were eating, it wasn't whether you were exercising, it wasn't your sleep, and it wasn't your skincare. It was that person. It was that job. So what you're feeling here, this next glow up for you, it's going to feel like a miracle. Wow, everything is just falling together. This is you moving forward in the ways that you worked so hard to. Group number 3, you've got a manifestation of yours coming in. This wants to make itself known. And this is going to be something where this manifestation was coming into your life. Group 3, this is something like your career really takes off, your finances change, you're in a different social group, and then all of a sudden, that friend from high school that kind of bullied you for 10 years, all of a sudden is, hey girl, this is why this was put on pause, this manifestation for you. This is something where this manifestation starts coming into your life, and all of a sudden people can smell it. It's like a Shark Tank. And your blessings, it smells like fish chum. Group number 3, this is something where this feels like a miracle to others because they didn't put in the work. This feels like a miracle to you because it's something that you had to perfect. It's a craft you had to perfect in order for things to stabilize. And then as soon as they got stabilized, someone came in and decided they wanted to play Jenga. Group number 3, your glow up is abundance, happiness, perseverance, and there's also a little bit of this energy here of freedom coming through. This glow up for you, this gives you more freedom of time and space, meaning that if you love to travel, you will have more opportunities to do so. It will be easier to do so, and you will get to do so on a whim, at least once or twice more than you're thinking. Group number 3, this next glow up for you has you, again, looking beautiful. Dare I say, with the Queen of Wands, Chariot, and Queen of Swords, sexy. Okay, this is you having fun. This is you feeling yourself and your environment affirming that. The situations in your life affirming that. Now, there is this energy here where you've needed to be a bit flexible. But what actually was needed for you was to be still. I'm hearing that phrase, be still and know that I am God. Now, you might call it God, you might call it the universe, you might call it source, you might call it light. And that is personal to you, okay? But what this is saying, group number 3, here is that your job here was to be still and to trust that just because something came in your door doesn't mean it's not going out the window. Something maybe was meant to cross your path so that you could see how much you've grown in comparison, and perhaps so that they could see that they really were mistreating you. This is something where you needed to be in that career that totally sucked the life out of you because it showed you the ropes to something you needed to learn later. Group number 3, this is something where this glow up for you. This is you feeling like you have the time and the space and the energy to sit down and write that album, sit down and write that book. This is you feeling like you've got the time, the space, the energy, the motivation, and you're feeling good to invest in yourself, invest in your skincare because you weren't not using the right active ingredient. There was someone in your life that was sucking the life out of you. There was a career in your life that was sucking the life out of you. There was something here that was essentially bleeding on you. This glow up for you, this is you breaking free of this. I'm hearing soaring, flying. Anyway, breaking free from High School Musical. But there is this energy of, but what is it all for though? I just got reminded of the fact that that entire movie just leads up to like the callbacks. They never even talk about what the play is. And that's the thing. You are building up for this whole moment and this like apex glow up for you. Like what you thought was coming into your life, this big manifestation, everything that just got obstructed, it was just the callbacks, group number 3, and you already made the callbacks. And so in that space between the callbacks and being accepted, being cast, being on that stage for that graduation, for that performance, being given that Pulitzer Prize, whatever this is, being put on that Forbes 30 under 30 list, hitting that follower count that you want to hit, hitting that financial goal, whatever this is for you, this is showing up as a miracle because what it is for you that you were kind of banking on, it was just like the callbacks. What it is that you felt was coming in and then got washed out, this was you being given a taste of something, being shown how those around you respond, not as a reflection to you. And now this glow up, it's you having seen this, having acted accordingly, stayed still in your confidence, in your skincare, in your health, in your exercise, in your meditation, in your self-love, in your self-care, in your boundaries, all of this, group 3, you're amazing. I have to just say, I see your strength, I see your tenacity, I see your love for yourself and your love for others, and this practice of yours, it's gorgeous. And what we're seeing here is a little bit of confusion and a little bit of stress. We're seeing high cortisol because you're waiting to hear back from the callback, and all of a sudden people are befriending you because you got a callback. And maybe you can help them weasel their way into the cast or something like this. And group number 3, the thing here is that your future never had anything to do with this energy, with this career, with this job, with this person. The thing is, this person tried to ruin the day, but what they don't know is that the day they were ruining wasn't your graduation. It was the graduation practice, like 2 days beforehand. What this energy doesn't know is that they were trying to ruin your vacation, when in reality your vacation is better because they didn't go. And group number 3, this glow up. Let's tell us a little bit more about this glow up, because I'm seeing here a lot of like friction. This is not anything that would surprise you if you put 2 and 2 together, because I see you put one foot in front of the other and the results show this. But we have the miracle card. We have the miracle card, and there's a lot of friction showing up here. And so the fact that you receive the results of your effort and work, the fact that it's showing up as a miracle against all odds, you know, it makes perfect sense. I'd like a little more clarity on this, because first of all, if this is a perception thing, if this is the way that you're seeing yourself based upon your surroundings, remind yourself, my love, that everything around you is an illusion. Okay? It truly is, because you know you. Okay, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. Okay, we've got 2 Queens coming out, and we've got 2 Knights coming out. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and clarifying the miracle. It's the Tower. Things fall apart before they fall together. Justice. This is showing you, okay, this is showing you, you get a signing bonus, and you tell your friend. You didn't tell them what your new salary was, but you told them about your signing bonus, and that friend, now all of a sudden they're your best friend. All of a sudden, they want you to take them out everywhere. You have to pay for them. All of a sudden, you're buying them plane tickets to Dubai. All of a sudden, they want bottle service, and you didn't even tell them your salary. That's just the signing bonus. They know it's a finite amount, and they don't mind spending it. This is something like this. So group number 3, this glow up for you, it's presenting as a miracle because it's actually showing you who is on your side. It's showing you what is for you and what is not. And while this might be sometimes a bit of a rude awakening, it's not news to you. It's just grounding. It grounded through the spirit. It grounded through your mind and intuition. It grounded through your emotions, and now you're seeing it in front of your face. And so now, what Spirit wants you to know is that what is abundant and on its way for you, this manifestation, this is something that is permanent. This is something where you've seen an example of something like this, but perhaps the way that they got there was, say you see someone graduating, and maybe someone around you is making you feel like you aren't going to graduate, you shouldn't deserve to graduate, maybe you'll even miss your graduation day. And maybe there's someone right next to you who cheated on every single assignment, they never showed up to class, they were the teacher's kid, so they got a 4.0 GPA, perfect score, they never did anything, but they end up being the valedictorian because they can. Not because they earned it, but because they can. This is something where maybe you don't want to be valedictorian now, even though you worked hard for it. That wasn't your goal, but maybe you ended up with that perfect score. Maybe you ended up in the clubs, but it was because you wanted to. Because that's who you are. Because that was natural. You worked towards it. What you don't see is that you're going to receive this valedictorian position. You're going to receive this exalted position here. And this glow up, it's going to be, again, you're looking better, you're feeling better. All of these little hiccups that showed up, say you've got a couple pimples on your face, maybe you've got a little belly bloat because you've been stressed, you know, like these cortisol, it's giving cortisol, group number 3. It's giving, you think these are problems of you, but these are stress levels. And the second that your cortisol drops, which I'm seeing it is because the veil has been lifted, true colors are showing, and you cannot unsee it, group 3, not that you would want to. But here we have a little bit of stress. Here we have, oh, okay, that financial block was because that person in my life was acting as a drain, and they didn't mind stepping over my boundaries. That's kind of rude, but you didn't get your first paycheck yet. So here you are going through your money and you're still working. Because you're seeing everything accurately, you're seeing everything exactly for what it is, you are moving accordingly. Now I'm getting you were before, but you also were opening up your life, opening up your home, opening up your space to new. And this is a beautiful thing, and it should not prevent you from opening up to new in the future, group number 3. But what I am seeing is that because the veil's lifted, stress levels go up. So you might be experiencing things. Maybe you are eating a little extra. Maybe you're eating a little less. Maybe you're just bloated, even though you are working out perfectly, eating perfectly. Maybe you're a little tired. Maybe you have a hard time falling asleep. Maybe you've got a couple pimples on your face. Maybe you're feeling a little more frustrated. Maybe your social battery is lower, things like this. You're just noticing these little things, and it's like, oh my goodness, what is going on, group number 3? This is a glow up for you, but first the veil needed to get lifted back so that you can see what is outside of you is not a reflection of what is within you. But if you let it in, it will gladly take up energy in your life, because you are a vessel of transmutation, because you are something that clearly, when someone comes into your life, they level up, they have a glow up. Clearly, when you touch something, it turns to gold. And we have this 5 of Pentacles in reverse with the Chariot, indicating that you know which direction you're meant to go, and you've been working towards it all along. And we see it finally coming in, group number 3. I'd like a little bit more about this glow up so that we can pull some physical information here. Let's see, we've got 5 in reverse, meaning you're going to feel like you don't need to speak up for yourself as much, because it's kind of just a given. So I love this for you. This glow up for you. You're going to be feeling a little more creative inspiration and a little less like it has to follow certain rules. There's an astounding energy of abundance coming in here, and a manifestation that you did everything right. It started to come into your life, and then all of a sudden something came and shook it up. And you needed to, you needed to like teach someone or tutor someone or express boundaries or gentle parent someone. This is kind of giving like, one step forward, 900 steps back, all because of this obstruction. And this glow up, it's not just getting you back to where you were, it's getting you back to, I'm hearing, where you would have been if you continued to, I'm hearing compound interest, if you continued to grow from that place without that obstruction entering in the first place. Because there's something here about this obstruction being a humanitarian effort for you. Like you were working with them because they needed it, or they showed up in your life because they needed it. When you are a reflection of what they could be, but they're not a reflection of you. It's something like this. This is kind of giving the energy of someone in your life, and you're kind, and so they treat you like crap because they don't trust you because you're kind, or they walk all over you because you're kind, or something where you're smart, and so they try to make you feel dumb, or you're about to have a good day, so they make sure that you don't. This is something like this. You practice affirmations, so they blast Linkin Park every time that you're around. It's something like this. Tell us about the glow up. Wheel of Fortune. Now this is showing up, okay. This glow up, group 3, this is not luck. We have a miracle awaits. It's going to feel like a miracle, but this is not luck. This is not you manifested and you said something right and you did some magic right. You said some affirmations right. You did some subliminals right. This is not what this is. Spirit wants me to make it abundantly clear that you worked for this, and that this is something that you have like guarded or protected with your life. You have guarded or protected this. This is like, you've done the work. You've done the internal work, and this is a result of this. This glow up is perfectly trackable. You could put a chart together and you can see the x-axis, you can see the y-axis, and you can see how everything tracks. You put one foot in front of the other and you get to where you're going. Okay? Now this cortisol spike, this stress spike, this obstruction of justice, this energy here, this is something that, well, no matter how it is that you are eating, you're gonna have a bloat. This is something like, no matter what it is that you are experiencing, you're gonna be a little stressed. This is something like, no matter how much you're sleeping, you're gonna be a little tired. It's something like this. And so you're trying to figure out, what are you doing wrong? And the answer is, you're not. You weren't. So Spirit wants to make it abundantly clear before they give you the last few details that this is not luck. This is not something that just washes in like a wave and you go, wow, I'm so lucky. The universe just loves me. The universe does love you. And maybe you are lucky, but this is not why this is happening. This is not why this is happening. You're healthy because you've always been healthy. You're fit because you've always been exercising. You were bloated because you were stressed, not because you were treating yourself badly all of a sudden. You had acne not because you stopped your skincare, but because something in your life was stressing you out. It had nothing to do with whether you were using tretinoin or niacinamide, my love. Group number 3, this glow up, it's going to be you back to where you were and then glowing from there. It's like going back to where you feel like you were trying to get back to, but it's actually an evolved version of that. because something has shifted in the core here. More resources, but used correctly. Because you could, okay, say your resources stopped. You've got acne because you're stressed out. This is just an example, of course. And so you're like, what, do I need a different retinol? Do I need tretinoin? Do I need red light therapy? Do I have to go get the microneedling facial? Okay. And whatever you were doing before, you already know was perfect. Icing on the cake. Everything was great. But now you're asking, okay, so if I get a little resources, do I go get microneedling? No. Because this obstruction's coming out of your life. Your skin problems are clearing. And now you have the resources and you can invest them into yourself. And so it's not to try to solve a problem that wasn't a problem with you. This glow up, this is you choosing yourself instead of taking on the crap of others. And it's going to have you, again, just this beauty and like, I keep hearing like sexy. Like there's this energy where you're really feeling yourself, you're looking good, you're feeling good. Everything is like snapping back. Some of you, if you've just, this is probably only for very like one or two of you maybe, if you've recently given birth or somewhat recently given birth and you are in that postpartum phase and you're worrying about like snapping back, babe, you are stressed. Okay, give your body what it needs, be healthy. Okay, this is something where you're going to be back to where you were. This is something like if you do Ashtanga yoga every single day for 5 years and then you are off for a month because someone comes into your life and just totally throws you off track, you can get back in shape very, very quickly. It might not feel like it the first time you're back on your mat after a month, but you've been doing it for years. Your body remembers that. Your soul remembers that. You're not losing your progress. You might have to practice getting into a couple poses like 1 or 2 different times, but you're going to snap right back to where you were and you're going to evolve faster because sometimes inadvertently you need rest in order to improve. You might notice that a position that was easy for you, now, you're not a little less flexible there, but you'll also notice that one of the postures that was hard for you to get into, you can suddenly just get into it. This is something like this. So last cards for you. Group number 3, this glow up for you, you're going to be feeling like the angels are on your side. People around you are going to be feeling like, I don't know what's in group 3's water, but I want some. I don't know what group 3 is saying to their angels, but they need to let me know so I can be on it. This is something here where you get celebrated by your community. Again, there's an energy of you being the first something, you being the best something, you being the most something. This exchange of your position to something higher, something greater. But whatever that sign-on bonus was, whatever that hint was that you're moving forward, this is where you notice all the sharks coming in because they were smelling things. They were smelling the growth on you, smelling the glow up, smelling the abundance. And so this is where you separate, I'm hearing this is where you separate the girls from the pick-me's. Now, I am not, this is just what Spirit's sharing with me, okay? This is where you separate the integrity and the truth from the opportunists. Now, it's not bad to take an opportunity when it's given to you, but it is bad to make an opportunity out of someone else's and try to shyster them out of it. And so what you're seeing, group 3, is that this happened to you time and time again. And this glow up for you, it's going to be literally fair because you were doing the work that others didn't know existed. You were doing the work that others were pretending to do, but were not. You were doing extra work that might have been energetic strength training when people were coming in and trying to intrude. And also this energy of feeling like it's you against the world, whatever this is for you, this is dissolving and it's going to feel liberating for you now because it's going to, instead of being like you against the world, it's going to be like there's you and then there's the world. It's a different perspective. Spirit's using this in my clairvoyance to share the message, so let me translate it in a way that's a little easier to understand. Instead of feeling like the world is presenting you with obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, and you have to not only see through it, but play along with the little game, you are feeling as though the little rules that are being imposed upon you, they apply to those people, but not to you. So you're going to be feeling a little lighter. You're going to be feeling a little luckier because you did the work that those that are imposing their rules and perspectives on did not do. And therefore, no matter how much they can yell, or no matter how much they try to ruin a good thing, or no matter how much they try to impose their rules or anything, you will always have done the work, and that's not something that you can take away from you. And so just because, like the as within, so without thing, that is so true from a universal perspective and not true at all from a humanity perspective. It's like this. Just because everyone says something doesn't make it true, especially when they're just copy and pasting something that someone made up because it was poetic, not because they learned it by actually reflecting upon their truth. The divine will reveal things to you, and then you will unlearn and continue to unlearn and continue to unlearn. This is a process of unlearning to remember, and people often get stuck on what it is that they realize and forget that later they will unlearn it. So, group 3, your devotion to unlearning, your devotion to moving forward. Chad wants to say hi to you, group number 3, just so you know. He was kind of running around you in your reading. He wasn't saying hi to the other reading, so say hi. Hi, Chad. This glow up for you is going to have you being really like attractive. You're going to be looking better. You're going to be feeling better. You're going to feel like the universe chose you. Now, I don't like that whole chosen one thing because it is that spiritual narcissism kind of vibe. We don't like that. We don't condone that. But you are going to feel like, oh, I did the work. Oh, they didn't do the work. And it's not comparison, meaning, oh, you're better than them, or oh, they're better than you, or anything hierarchical. It's simply observational, meaning, well, if you sit down and you write a book, then you have written a book. And if you sit down and you don't write a book, then you didn't write a book. It is this. It is trackable, it is logical, it is logistical, and it's not comparison. It doesn't matter who wrote the book. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, if you sit down and write a book, then you wrote a book. And if you don't, then you didn't. And that's all that it is. And so group number 3, this miracle awaits when in reality you sat down and you wrote a book. You sat down, you recorded an album. Group 3, you sat down and you did the work. You sat down and you didn't believe everything. I'm hearing if you believe everything, you'll fall for anything. And group number 3, you didn't succumb to that. You were devoted to your growth. You were devoted to the truth. And when this obstruction came in, you continued to stay on course. And so now instead of feeling like it's you against friction, now you're going to feel like it's you and, oh, everyone else is dealing with friction, not me. And that's your glow up. Before we go, group 3, we're going to pull some questions for you to reflect on. Chad, watch the candle. From my guided self, okay, all right, knocking over the plant. From my guided self-exploration journal. You know what, I'm not gonna cut that out because we love authenticity and Chad on this channel. So we're gonna pull some questions just for self-exploration here, and boom. Okay. Ooh, what are you currently learning? And leave notes or questions for future you. So what questions would you ask yourself in the future? And is there anything you want them to remember? Or something that you believe now that you're sure about? Because maybe future you unlearned it. What are you currently learning? And I also want to let you know, group number 3, that there's a message here for you. Chad knocked over my happy little plant here, and there's some soil that's scattered among my desk. So if you've been looking for some growth, if you've been looking for some abundance, if you have been wondering about resources or growth of something in particular, health of something in particular, I'm getting to tell you that it's very, 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 very likely going to happen. I'm getting the microbiome is healthy. Like the core is healthy, the system is healthy, so it's inevitably going to work out in your favor. So this is what I have for you, group number 3. Pardon the mess at the end of the reading, but you know, some things are just like this. I want to let you know that if you feel like you are in some chaos right now, things are shifting, and you're probably aware of this. But what you're not aware of is that you're not needing to start from scratch. You are ending up picking up where you left off and then some. And that is why. It's giving, never let them know your next move, but it's the universe at the people in your life or the situations in your life that are kind of being opportunistic when it's not their opportunity. So, group number 3, this is all about your next glow up. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. I love you with my whole heart and soul. I want you to know that. If you're interested in my mini oracle, my graphic tarot, which I made these because I travel a lot and my hands are really tiny, so mini decks makes sense for me anyway. So if you shared those problems or you just want to support me, you can find those, my guided self-exploration journal, my other books, my dream journals, intention journals, etc., personal sessions with me. You want it, you can find it down there. It is on my store, Etsy at Spiritualistic. If you'd like more exclusive content, you can find it on Patreon. Join my YouTube Inner Circle channel, which is my membership. And it would mean the world to me if you like this video. Drop a comment, perhaps about what it is that you would like to ask your future self. And as always, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. I love you. I appreciate you and all of your support. I wish you so much luck and happiness and joy in your endeavors forever. Trust that things are working out in your favor. Take a deep breath for me, my love, and trust that whatever it is that is popping off for you, not in a happy way right now, it's stress. And you are not the source of this stress. I love you, Group 3. Thank you so very much for being here. I will see you next time, and namaste.